Hey guys, we are live. Hey guys, UnclePhil here with the 420 Den. Thank y'all so much for checking out my videos. At any point in time you like my videos, please hit that link down below. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, like, and share our videos, because you know that's going to be the only way we are going to get the word out. Guys, I have a special guest in the house. This is Tim Ladau. Ladau. How you doing, man?
Good.
Welcome on board here at the studio, 420 Den. He's got his products here that he's wanting to introduce to y'all guys. He's going to tell you a big story about it. He also has a personal story that he would like to share with y'all. To be quite honest, I know we just met, and so I have not tried your products, but I know he said he's willing to let us test some products out here so we can give our review out and let you know what we think about it. But this is your personal thing here, so tell us what you got going on.
Well, what I'm doing here is I come into this industry in kind of a different way. Maybe for some people it looks kind of the same, but you run the whole story of somebody who, had the perfect life, grew up in an LDS family as a Mormon, and you know what, have a lot of respect for the people that they are, and for the things that they do for other people, and the fact that they're becoming a little bit more lenient on allowing these products to help people. But back when I was younger, this was not something that you could really, you couldn't do this. This was against the rules.
Yes.
I'm hoping that, they've come around a little bit more than they've stated, but they've, over time, they've made it a point to understand and realize the benefits that we've got going on here. But what I've done is I've put together a whole line of products here that kind of relate to some of the injuries that I have myself.
Yeah.
I was in a motorcycle accident. It was July 3rd, 2007. I was engaged. I had just graduated from high school, had an internship where I worked half the day. I would go to school. The second half, I would go to a shop as a full-line mechanic, as an intern. Was taught a whole lot about cars, and just
You had your future ahead of you
the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. I also was on track for high school. Sorry, I get a little bit choked up when this happens, because
that's all right. Take your time, man.
This is part of the thing that actually CBD helps me with. Is there's some post-traumatic stress that comes with my accident. So trying to recall all those memories brings back kind of a mask that goes in front of your face. But essentially, I had purchased a motorcycle. I'd been riding for 3 or 4 years. It wasn't like I'd never ridden a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It was a daily driver.
What kind of bike you ride?
Well, before it was a Buell Blast, it was a 250, which is a sport bike for Harley Davidson.
Yeah, I got you.
And then I graduated from high school. I was on track to make this great career for myself as a line tech mechanic. I mean, GM certified, Saturn Vorum in Utah, and had a scholarship to go to the college that was right across the street. So work was literally within walking distance in my apartment. I could walk. It was perfect setup. School was paid for.
Yeah, everything ahead of you.
Dude, I had a toolbox that would make most men go.
Yeah. So before we go on to your products, man, tell me, how did you came? I know I heard about you through Candace with CLCW. Thank you very much, Candace. Guys, if y'all don't know, we do have CLCW in the house tonight. So everybody say what's up.
Yeah.
All right, and so tell me, how did you come across CLCW? And you got the shirt Free the Weed.
Yes.
So guys, we always represent CLCW. Let's free the weed here in Texas, guys. So tell me, how did this all come about?
Well, fast forward through obvious. So wrecked the bike next morning, purchased it the night before, engaged, perfect life, and I woke up in a hospital and was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And fast forward through that, through the treatments, through all of the, So I broke fibula, tibula, humerus.
I can see your scars.
Yeah, and then there's this guy.
Ooh, man.
Right here. I have scars in my chest from tubes that drain the fluid out of my lungs because I broke 6 ribs.
Oh my goodness.
And then this from about here to here on my face is rebuilt. I can only open my right hand, will not extend.
I see.
Further than that. And so, you know what? I can still grip, I can still function, but this is after, 10 years, and I can't close any further than that. Anyways, regardless.
Yeah, are you going to get back on the bike?
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Answer that question real quick.
Come on now.
Well, I'm the one that says no. I completely went over my bike, and after that, I had a bike sitting in my shop that I could have fixed, rebuilt, got back on the road. Just didn't do it. Just, at my age, I'm like, nah, man. I had my fun. So now my project's my boat and my bus now.
Dude.
But
Yeah.
so you still get on. So you still get on, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't.
Good for you, man. Good
I
for you.
don't own my own because others that be.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, he got back up. He got back on the saddle. That's all that matters, man. Hey, I give you kudos for that. Kudos for that, man.
Yeah, anybody who's got one, I got a buddy who lets me ride his.
Yeah. So when you get that urge, you got to go.
He takes the bends. I take the bike.
Yeah. I got to be a little more safer at my age, but, there's a lot of older men that get on that bike still, even after accident. But I said, nah, I'm done. I had my fun. But, all right, so your accident, man, that led you to here. What's that desire, that passion you got?
So, from a very itty-bitty age, I've been an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Started knocking on doors in the apartment complex at BYU.
Yeah.
And taking out students' garbage cans for 25 cents a piece.
Yeah.
8 years old. So.
Hey, gotta make that money, man. Gotta get that hustle on.
But one of the nice things is I've been able to, team up with a laboratory where we have actually one of the first programs where you can actually read the receptors in the body for the cannabidiol system, the endocannabinoid system, so the CB1s and the CB2s. A lot of people don't know that the CB1, they know this, that the CB1 is for the THC, the CB2 is for the CBD. And what a lot of people are under the impression of is that the CB2 will actually block the CBD from coming into it. But the reason that it blocks is for that CBD to become what's called a modulator. And the modulator essentially will go into the body and it will seek out the deficiencies. And I'm not a scientist, so by the way, I can't, if any FDA or whoever is watching, but the science behind it is that it will actually redirect that and it will transform. So if I could turn this, like on the movie Transformers, and it turns into a radio, that's essentially what the CBD does in the body. And so with that, you essentially are given CBD products. Now there's a different, for every person, there is a preferred and a different method to take CBD products. What we've done is we've created a program or a system where you can essentially, with a simple test kit we can send to you, and a non-invasive at all sample that you will send in, we can analyze that now on a different level than has ever been able to do before, just using procedural methods that haven't been thought of before. Just going back to simple basic things, just like this, And so that's why we offer different products, because there are different lines and there are different ways of delivery. Some people
getting it into your system.
Well,
instead of just ingesting it, there's also, like, you've got lotion, you've got oils, you got tinctures. So let's talk about your products you got that I know. So basically, what you're saying is your company will sends out a test test kit to where we take strains of our hairs, put them in the test kit. We send it back to you. You're able to test it and find out what best suits our body by our.
We can give you basically a readout on and now this is part of what we're growing towards also, because we are beginning our trials. So this is kind of the start, the test phase, but essentially after we build a little bit larger, because there's a lot of companies that right now say that they can do it already, but they're buying information from other companies that aren't even testing for anything related to what the CBD would touch. And so ours is essentially the direct reason, the direct body. We're not looking to find out who your sister is. Yeah. We don't care where you were born and raised or where your ancestors came from. We would like to know what's in your body. We would like to know what your body is producing, and that gives us an understanding of how we can analyze that.
I see. So if they're able to tell you I'm having a lot of chest pains or whatnot, how to treat that certain particular situation.
Correct.
Based on what they have in their system.
And that boils down to even people who are taking medications, because medications will often throw off different parts of your body, creating what's called a side effect. So could cause vomiting and death. Yeah. Right. Okay. So.
And I was just watching a video the other day, not a video, but a commercial the other day, about a new product that's coming out, and it started saying, all of a sudden it started naming all the side effects. You got to the very bottom, it says death. Yeah. And I'm just like, wait, don't you think you want to mention that out loud in the commercial? But no. As long as it's on the commercial. Right. You see what I'm saying, guys?
It's legal. It's legal. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And what are you going to get with THC or CBD? What are you going to get?
I'll tell you.
You're probably going to get hungry.
There's two side effects.
Tired and hungry.
There are two legitimate. I'll be real. It's fair. There are two legitimate side effects to CBD. And that is if you ingest too much CBD, is sleepiness, so drowsiness. Yeah. Okay. So basically, any drug that you can get on the market. Yeah. Okay. Other than the Ritalins and those that will.
Don't take too much CBD because you might get tired. Too tired to be behind the steering wheel.
And the other one is frequent bowel movement. So you'll be regular.
That's where the weight loss comes in, right? Had to go shit 5 times a day for a while. Clean your system out.
So I mean,
we're just gonna talk real on the show, guys. Come on.
At least that's what I can attest.
Yeah.
So I'm regular, and
the whole science behind it. And I've also stated this many times, but the science behind is a little out there for me, because I mean, to be able to test what we need and what we have, and I agree that I agree to that, because that's how they test your blood to see what they're fighting. Mm-hmm. So I can't say I don't agree that I've never heard of this, so this is kind of new. But as far as what you have on the market of what you're needing to treat or how to treat, there's always different other methods. Mm-hmm. And CBD, whether it be CBD or THC, to be infused in certain lotions or wax or tinctures
or even like, for instance, this right here. This for people who do yoga.
Active relief. I got that here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. This is where the technical difficulty comes in. But there we go. Right here. So tell me more about this.
So, okay. I personally have it's called a hot studio, essentially, that you go to. Because, so in this right leg, I've got pain. My whole body has pain still from the accident. Yeah. But I don't take medications. I don't, because I've been down the road of the pain pills, loading me up in the hospital. Doctors prescribing it for far too long, because this was in the 90s. Yeah. So, 90s to like 2005, before anybody started even talking about it. And then slowly, a doctor got pulled here and a doctor got pulled there. But all these doctors were passing out pain pills like it's candy and Skittles. I mean, I remember they had to change OxyContin's formulation because it was so abusive or abusable. Yeah. I'm sorry.
With your accident, what did they have you on?
I was on 2 OxyContin 80 milligram pills a day. And at one point, I was on 2 of those and a fentanyl patch. So I was it was a lot of pain. I mean, I went from being able to practice Muay Thai boxing to at a weight of 180 pounds, slim, fit, trim. I actually finally am starting to look like the man I was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it dropped me down to 130 pounds, and then I ballooned to 230 pounds, and I have been recovering since.
Yeah.
And I've finally come back to a normal weight, or at least for myself, I feel normal.
Yeah.
And I feel happiness because it's
How long have you been on these products?
Since probably about 8, maybe 6 or 7 years now. That was when I had a very true addiction problem with other substances, and fortunately was able to move to Texas. Texas saved my butt. It saved my butt. I moved away, lost the connections, separated myself. One of the things that I intend to do very shortly here is start a nonprofit for people who are unable to. They either don't have family that will support them, or the government won't support them. I intend to build something like that in the near future. Right now, I am trying to focus on the medical part, where we can essentially figure out how to make you be your own doctor.
Yeah.
You can just know that, okay, I have too much of this, so I need to level this up.
Yes.
But anyways, I apologize. These products here.
Hey man, you got a passion for your products.
I know. Well, it's because it's brought me from a life. I mean, it's taken me 8 years to finally feel normal again, and this is what helped me get there. I got here thanks to an angel.
What brought you from where you were at to here? I mean, the storyline of that.
The state of Utah had picked me up when I went for the last time, and they said, you know what? If you can get out of the state, and if you can stay out for 2 years, we'll go ahead and call that your time served. And so I said yeah. And it was the best move I ever made, because then I started with my friend who was out here, who was the one who gave me a place to stay, who helped me through the hardest time when I was withdrawing and coming off of all of these just awful things, and gave me a job working with him doing general handyman work. Fortunately, growing up, I was taught how to do those things, so it was an easy job to pick up with him. And after that, it's just been since I've been in Texas for the last 6 or 7 years now. I have been able to say that clean and sober, and this is the reason why. Headache. If I get a headache, I won't take an aspirin. I won't take a Tylenol. 100 milligrams will just it'll do you right. And then for the more severe cases, there are instances where people have more aggressive migraines or more aggressive pain. That's why there's different strengths, is because there's different places you can go.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And come on by and letting everybody know what you've got out there. Because, I always say to a lot of my people that follow us, and I say, well, there's always other products out there. And, this is just another versions of, you got facial products here. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the facial products.
The facial products here are by Cannabis, Beauty Defined.
Okay.
They actually are going to be, very shortly here, they're going to be releasing a new line of facial products as well. They have not released what the name is going to be yet. But essentially what I do is I represent these different companies through our site, because each one offers a different aspect. The Dixie Botanicals are for the people who generally like a more sweeter tasting, a better tasting oil. Sometimes, depending on who's making it, most of the time, if it's a very, just like everybody else. It has to be lab tested, triple tested generally. A lot of labs are now starting to go to a non-GMO. So there's a lot of regulation being put on these products.
And I think there should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, if we don't have the labs, if we don't have the laws to have people test their products, we don't know what they're putting in their products. Mm-hmm. And as we're always trying to say, the whole natural plant is what we're looking for and what we push for the freedom of. But and I've always stated this, is that companies are going to take it and they're going to run with it and they're going to make all their different type products that they got. Right. And it doesn't matter. We don't, people are out to make a business. Everybody's an entrepreneur, like you said.
Right.
But we want to keep it natural, and that's what we push. So if the products are natural, no GMOs, that's what we push for.
Well, and sometimes actually what we've run into, because we do actually test each of these products. Our laboratory that does the other testing for the humanoid testing is able to test our products as well and make sure that they all meet the requirements. So there's nothing you will ever see on our site, hemphelps.com. There is not a product you will see on there that won't be able to stand up to an FDA regulation test. Just because we are trying to set a standard as far as regulation, with making sure that your end user product is you can be Walmart. You can say, I am solid putting this on my shelf. Yeah. And so that's kind of the area that we're trying to get into with this by setting those standards, because there are a lot of mom and pop that will sell you a product that you don't even know if it's actual hemp.
Yeah, and that's as being on here on the 420 Den, and you came from CLCW, and that's why I brought you on and let you know that this is what we're looking for is the pure product that GMO tested. So that way, when I represent you on the 420 Den, this is what I'm offering to them. I know, like I said before, I have not used your products, but I'm always down to try something. Like you said, you've been using it for 8 years, and you're not on any medication at all.
I have not actually ingested a pill that wasn't a supplement for just because I also do natural plants, organic plants, herbs. So I do take supplements as well. But I mean, an aspirin, allergy medication, none. I do not. This, if my knee hurts, that works. This also right here is the salve from
I got a picture of it here.
Real Scientific Hemp.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for it. Down. There it is. Yep. All right. So there we go. I'm gonna take your banner off. There we go. And so, what's that good for?
This is also another. This is essentially. This is a biofreeze. Have you ever tried that before?
No.
Have you ever tried Icy Hot?
Oh yes.
Okay,
yes.
So this is going to be more like your Icy Hot. Okay. It's going to have the more immediate cooling and relieving effect. The salves essentially it's more of a massaging motion into the skin that penetrates a little bit deeper than this can. This is meant to be more of just a immediate relief on the outside of the skin, give the cooling effect, but you're also at the same time placing the CBD onto your skin. So anywhere you can absorb a little more CBD, the better. That's why eventually foods.
Now, for the followers that live in different states, do you have the THC products that they can actually get because they're in a legal state?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they just have to go. They just go to your website.
Yes. Every state in the country right now, just because of the Farm Bill that was passed.
So this is all hemp. This has no THC.
Not at all.
No. So all the products you have no THC at all.
No. They are within the federal limit of the .03.
Okay.
And so
everything you've got doesn't have no THC.
No.
Okay.
Because it's certified by our lab, and that also comes with a certificate of origin as well. So we know which state that this batch of product came from. Mm-hmm. We know where that came from.
Okay. Well, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on board. Let me get your card back up there real quick. I'm sorry. Still working with this, guys. All right, there you go. Well, thank you for coming on 420 Den. I appreciate it. You're Tim, is it Ladau?
Ladau.
All right, guys. And go to his website, hemphelps.com. And if you want to test any of his products out, and give him a call. And so on an average, man, what are you looking at? Something that's just for the people that they want to know. You know, everybody's going to want to know what the cost is.
Okay, well, just real quick, these ones right here, the inhalers. This is the CBD Lux inhaler. Now, this is something that is brand new and that I am still doing some research on, but they are a very well-reputed brand, and I actually am very excited to be representing them now. So I will be sure to update people and let them know kind of how I feel about it, because this is what I do.
What's something that would this be used for, like for pain management or maybe asthma or something?
Asthma, anxiety.
Anxiety.
A lot of people who have anxiety tend to hyperventilate.
You need to talk to Sid. That girl's anxiety's off the wall.
So,
love you, babe.
But
I'm telling you the truth, though.
Psychologically, they can relate it to an inhaler, and that one delivers the CBD, and two, relaxes the body and allows the airways to open for more breath.
What about your tinctures here?
The tinctures are, you're going to be on these right now. We have them on our site for $38.
Okay.
Is
that a month supply?
Well, actually, that's between these. So this is a 500 milligram at 2 liters.
Okay.
And this is a 100 milliliter at 1 milligram. Excuse me, at 30 milligrams.
You got it.
This is 100 milligrams at 30 milliliters.
Okay.
And then we have them in different flavors. There is a cinnamon, a peppermint, and a natural flavor. So it just depends on the taste that you prefer. And there's also, this is not the only product that we offer. We did just start working with a company called Swiss Relief CBD, and Blue Moon Hemp. And Blue Moon Hemp actually has a very large line of e-juice that they're all on the site. I've tried. That's actually what I smoke. This got me off of cigarettes.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people that I've ran into has always talked about how they've quit smoking by going to vaping, and a lot of them are using the CBD that's legal here in Texas to help them kick the habit of smoking cigarettes. So I highly recommend vaping for that one reason alone. So when vapes came out, I actually didn't think nothing about it because there was the little pins at first, and now it's gotten so much better with the whole movement of the CBD being legal. That just allows another person to kick the habit of cigarettes. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on board.
Appreciate it.
Hey, y'all got his business card up there. Yes, y'all do. And please hit him up if y'all want to try his products out. And I hope everything works out great. Thank you for coming on board, man. You have a good one.
You too, brother.
All right, man. One love, guys. Peace. And I've got to find this and see. This is. All right. Bye, guys.